All right, round number 3. We are facing yamakiller. I have no idea what they're playing. This hand seems okay. If they're playing a blue deck, we don't have a protection spell. But if they're playing a non-blue deck, we do have Chain of Vapor. We do have access to Aqua Veons via Wishclaw for Lion's Eye Diamond, which I like. All right, so probably combo. Oh, this is an awful matchup. Sure. Probably not winning this. Turn 1 Karn. Yeah. Not a whole lot we can do. We could draw the main deck Chain and then pray to get lucky and like hit an Echo or a Claw. Alright, so I think we're just gonna cast Ponder. Step 1 is finding the Chain. Alright, well, if we can find Chain, we have a lot of mana. Okay, so we're gonna fetch Volk here. And then the Delta can, in theory, get Tropical. Sadly, we can't keep this. It has the Claw, but we need the Chain of Vapor first. Alright, well, that's going to seal it up. We can concede to that. Alright. To be completely honest, this isn't because I lost. This is just how I feel about it. I really don't like that deck. It plays all the largest pillars of Legacy. You get Chalice, Lion's Eye Diamond, and Force of Will, all into one deck. And I don't think it's like. I want to choose my words wisely here. An interesting deck. It's kind of just like a deck that draws its hand and plays its cards. Like, there's smaller, nuanced decisions that I guess you can make, but for the most part, you're just playing powerful cards over and over. And I just don't like Haymaker Magic. It's something I've discussed in the Eternal Glory podcast. And, like, this deck is all Haymakers, so it's very powerful. I understand why yamakiller would play it. There's someone that likes doing powerful Chalice things. In Vintage, they play blue decks, but, like, in most other formats, they play decks that are somewhat similar to this, so I'm not terribly shocked. So for our boarding up to the 4th Thoughtseize, they do board in forces, so we keep in 2 copies of Veils. That leaves us with 6 protection spells. And then obviously answers to Karn and whatnot. Triple Thoughtseize is nice, but like you just can't keep this hand. It doesn't do enough. These hands are awful. Sure. Maybe keep these. The Burning Wish is just so far from being able to do anything. I don't think we can afford to keep it. Alright, Thoughtseize wasn't the worst. We can let our opponent have a sigh. It's not really what the matchup is about. Okay, starting to get there. We could brainstorm into like double LED. That's a win. Alright, so they're gonna have Chalice next turn, which is pretty scary. Come on, deck. Dark Ritual, Lion's Eye Diamond. Or garbage. Not feeling too good about our position in this, but it doesn't really matter all that much. Winning this matchup is a tall ask. Alright, so that means that we have to imprint the Brainstorm that's on top of the deck, and we're 2 turns away from... we have to draw through that Brainstorm. So in 2 turns, we could draw Lion's Eye Diamond and then Ad Nauseam, but like by then we've taken a bunch of damage and our opponent's drawn some cards. No point in playing that out yet. It's just information for our opponent, minus storm count. So if we do manage to like Lion's Eye Diamond into Ad Nauseam, it's less storm we have to work with. Alright, so going to 8 here. Ad Nauseam is quickly being shut off. Claw. Alright, so that's 6 damage. Not dead yet, I suppose. Our opponent's probably going to activate this to draw a couple cards if I had to guess. Okay, maybe not. They could have drawn a card there. Okay, so we're actually not dead. Well, not completely. Well, that was good. So now we can actually crash the chalice and then brainstorm. And if we hit, we can tendrils our opponent. But it's going to be a sequence of events where we have to get a little bit lucky. So we'll get the crash. Float a red. Do you think red's more important than blue here? Float a blue, I guess. Because, like, really the only red card that we want to cast is Burning Wish. I don't know if that does it. Are we really going to need blue? I don't think it matters. Storm count is 1. I meant to nudge this over. I didn't do that, so I'll do that now. So we want to hit mana here. So like lion's eye diamonds. Okay. So we have that red floating. Think? No. Think. So if we think we actually have it. Holy shit. So it's from 3s, from 4s, from 5s, from 6s tendrils. As long as our opponent isn't holding a force of will. We're showing our cards a little early here, but we lose to a force regardless, so it doesn't really matter. They're drawing a card here. Or they're just tapping 5. Ah, bummer. We actually got there, too. Okay, well, that was still a cool game. I don't mind that. 2-1.